Good morning. Hi there. Welcome to my winter garden yet again. I thought today I'd show you a part I haven't showed you before, and it's part of my thought for the day, my musing for the day, which is closing loops. So here is, can you see that? All these roses are in pots waiting to go into the ground. Holy moly. And that's just the beginning. Can you see back there along the fence? Whoops. Yeah, see back there along the fence? All those also need to go into the ground. Oh, so that's closing a loop, but that doesn't, one thing that's so wonderful about this time of winter is that mostly it's raining and it's kind of dreary, but it also, these things can wait. You can do that now. You can do that anytime into the spring. So you've got a couple months. So that's kind of wonderful. But I just wanted to show you a little backstage, and I'll show you another project. Can you see that one back there? Those are all succulent babies. And some of them are 3 and 4 years old. I started doing this in 2020 when COVID started. It was pretty crazy. But so I've been propagating succulents like a wild woman with the intention to plant up some big like rain gutters. So I have some wooden ones. So that's another loop that I need to close because those babies need to go into the ground. But here is the one that I want to work on today. I think you can almost see it through here. Yep, you see those masks over there? Anyway, we're gonna walk over there right now, and it's not as fun a view as the garden, but I want to show you. Whoops, let me go through here. Yeah, there we go. Whoa, that was wild. Okay, let's see here. Okay, there's the mask project. This is, and what I'm gonna do is, you can see that I've finished painting these 4 outside. This is a family, friends of mine. And this one here, I'm gonna finish painting while I'm telling you the story and why this is a project for closing loops. So back, oh my goodness, this is some years back, we hatched a plan. My friend is a chiropractor, and so we hatched a plan one day that wouldn't it be really neat if we made a mask when he and his wife got married so that they would have that. And this is his wife, by the way. This is my friend, and both my friends, and the wife, the mom of all these beautiful little faces down here. And so what we did is it kind of sat on hold. So they got married and had some kids, and next thing you know, we're still thinking about it, and we're saying, well, let's do it now. So I went over to the house and I basically did 5 masks of all the different members of the family. And so I finished the masks, and then I had to figure out how I was going to mount them, how they were going to be displayed. And so I hatched this plan to use this piece of grapevine. And this came out of my sister's property, actually. She had a small little vineyard that she tore out. And I can't quite remember what the varietal of the grape is, but anyway, that was that. And then while I'm talking, I'm gonna do a second coat on somebody who's dry. Who's dry? Ooh, nobody's dry. Okay, well, I'll keep telling the, oh my goodness, I got drips. Let me get rid of those drips. Yeah, there we go. Any drips over here? Yeah, everything's still pretty wet. I won't be able to put a second coat on at all. Get rid of the drips though, that's a good thing. Touch up little white spots. So anyway, the difficulty with this was picking a color. And so it ended up being white because they just couldn't, nobody could decide on a color. So we painted it white. And I'll take you out into the garden and just kind of walk around so you can see some of the garden. So here we go. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Oh, so talk about succulents. Check that out. Whoops. Nope. Check that out. All those. Oh my goodness, I do not know how to run this camera, obviously. Well, let's just say those are the orchids, okay? Yeah, and then there's succulents below it. There we go. There they are. Anyway, so it stayed white for the longest time, and with the intention of choosing a color and painting it, which we never got to. And then they ended up moving out of town, and I says, well, why don't you leave the masks with me, and we'll get a color, and we'll paint them, and then I can ship them to you. Well, that was like 4 years ago. So I finally just started, I had a test mask, and I just started painting it all kinds of different colors and says, how about this? How about that? How about this? Until finally we settled on that beautiful beige, which I think is going to be lovely because I believe the room that they're going to hang it on has green walls, so it will be really pretty with the grapevine. So Sonoma County grapevine, which is where they're all from, and they've moved to Idaho. And so now they'll have a piece of Sonoma County with the grapevines, right? Because we have all the vineyards here. And then they'll also have the masks finally in a color that they like. And I can ship it and be done and call that one, that loop, closed. And they can be happy with their product. I can be happy that I did a good job and that it's done. And one of the things that I was thinking when I was thinking about that is actually two things. That closing loops, so far I'm thinking there's two different kinds of closing loops. There's closing loops with yourself, with the projects on your plate that don't include anybody else. I guess if you consider plants, nobody else, because the roses and the succulents, those are plants. But I consider that a open loop, personal open loop, as opposed to an open loop like the masks or some other business projects that I've promised people that I would do. So I really think there's two different kinds. I think there's with ourself, open loops with ourself, and open loops with the world at large, let's say. Kind of like, it's interesting because when I was meditating this morning, I was thinking about that, thinking about the world at large and my world, and how those, and the idea of how do we incorporate those and, oh, I'm going down a different rabbit hole now, but incorporate those and come from our inner beingness into our doingness. And I believe I was talking about that yesterday because it's sitting in my brain, and that's what happens when it sits in there. They just all kind of start to meld together. But anyway, I'm going to stop jabbering, and thanks for watching, and thanks for hanging out for over 8 minutes. So you have a great day. Enjoy your day, and consider what are some of your open loops that you'd like to close, that you'd like to regain your own energy around, right? So, okay, I'm going to stop jabbering. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time. Bye.